It's not a question. If you want to make it in 2025, you need to select a business model that has something to do with AI. And the current narrative is automatizing as many things as possible for business owners. And for that reason, I have very specific systems that I'm going to break down to you. So you'll have a general idea on how you need to implement these and how you can use these frameworks to productize them, to create services out of them and sell it to business owners. There are two essential components to any kind of business, personal brand. And these are traffic and product. Now you, as a service provider, you can either do both for a client or laser focus on one specific aspect. For this video, we are going to focus on traffic. Because if you got the traffic and the conversions figured out, the given creator or client can sell their products better. Now, before AI, there have been social media marketing agencies who were selling organic and paid growth services. But the problem was always manual labor of content distribution, right? It didn't matter how many videos did a certain creator have. An internal team had to solve for distribution, had to solve for omnipresence. Take a look at Iman Gadji, take a look at Charlie Morgan, take a look at Jordan Baum. They have multiple theme pages, they have multiple leverage sources to turn one long form video into multiple short form videos, to broaden the awareness, basically. But right now we are living in a very special time. And this special time is the dawn of the AI revolution, which means we can have machines doing all sorts of stuff that previously required manual labors and manual input. Right now you can spend a couple of hours inside a no-code platform like make.com and create automations that can completely transform how your business operates and which can completely replace entire jobs fully. And so every time when you are trying to improve a given aspect of your business, your services, your products, you need to find certain competitive advantage, right? Everyone has the same problems, but usually people come up with different solutions. So we have to think like this. We can get a competitive advantage by saving time, money, or efforts. And so there's where these AI agents come into play, because let's imagine you train specific AI models, specific AI agents to work on very specific tasks. Then you don't have to pay VAs, you don't have to pay different contractors, because you have software doing all of that manual labor. And another advantage of this is that it's super cheap to run these things. So here's the first system, right? Leverage distribution and content creation. Everything starts with a raw piece of content, which is preferably long form. Then a scraper can pull the transcript of that given video. Once you have the transcript, you can have specifically trained AI agents, GPTs, which have different work contexts. For example, one of the AI agents can turn this into a whole newsletter. The other one can turn it into 5 to 10 different threads or X posts. And the next one can turn these into Instagram carousels or stories using Canva's API. And it's quite fascinating and interesting, right? That I can't really think of any specific workflow that can't be automated with our current tools that are available for commercial use. Just think about it for a second. We can automate whole businesses, and the only thing we need to focus on is giving the creators the leverage of creativity. They only need to spend time thinking and creating one piece of raw content for their followers, and then the AI, based on a context training, can turn it into multiple media assets. And these media assets can be consumed on any kind of platform you can imagine. Because the workflow specific training data, you have to think of this as like SOPs for these AI agents. The way how you train these is giving them more context on what the output should look like. You give them the inputs, and then you test what the outputs look like. Then you give more inputs and refine them until you get the exact output 80, 90, 95, 99% of the time, right? That's how workflow specific training works. And you can easily do this with the latest AI models. GPT-4, 4.0, these models are not the best because they don't have something that you call chain of thought. But the O1 models shine at this, okay? And I know it's kind of hard to believe, but what if I told you that I can train a specific AI agent on, let's say, Danko's last 5 newsletters, and it's going to use the same tonality, the same formatting, on a text that I recorded on a voice memo, and it is going to turn it into a newsletter. And the output is crazy high quality. In an upcoming video, I'm going to showcase that for you, so make sure to subscribe for that. But this is the general idea. And then when it comes to distribution, of course, that can be automated by using various different scheduling sites or simply an Airtable or even a simple Google Sheet. If you want to add the layer of stability, you can get human approval as the last step. But this is not a mandatory step, okay? Now, at the end of all of this, we have reiteration and KPI tracking because we want to keep track of all the content assets that we create so we can see how the AI models and how this whole system makes our lives much easier. And reiteration is pretty much needed to do every single week so we can fine-tune these AI models and give them more input to the level where it's almost indistinguishable from a human, right? The current GPT-01 already has the ability to write newsletters, to write copy in such a cohesive manner that you can't distinguish it from a $2,000 to $3,000 a month copywriter. It's that crazy. So this is the first system that we are solving for in the traffic department. Now if we go a step further, we got the idea and content generation. The problem that we are trying to solve is the lack of ideas for content creation. And the thing that would give us a competitive advantage is information advantage, being able to draw ideas and reiterate on competitors' content as soon as possible. And I actually have a graph for it right here. There is a big marketplace, right, for every kind of niche. We can say instead of marketplace, a niche, right? And every creator has different lens on synthesizing their information for the marketplace. But all of this is one big piece of collective knowledge. And so imagine a workflow where we can collect all of this knowledge and reiterate it, synthesize it for us, so we can take a bigger piece of that market share. And this is where another workflow comes in. Everything starts with a competitor and their content. That piece of content gets transcribed, the comments get scraped, and their products or content assets are also being reviewed. So let's start with the raw transcript, right? By the transcript, an AI that you custom tuned for your language, for how you want to create your content, will analyze for the ideas, and it can draw fresh conclusions for you so that it can create tailored custom content ideas along with titles, along with scripts, along with descriptions, along with intro sequences that are proven to work perfectly every time. The comments are even crazier because the comments actually show what people truly want. What are people's true desires? And so when you scrape for the comments of your competitors, you can directly see and create a market demand analysis based on all of these ideas and match them to have custom tailored future content. Then imagine that you even scrape their products and create a full analysis on them to find flaws and areas of improvement so that you can reiterate and create something better. All of this is already possible, and I truly believe that by implementing these systems to yourself and by implementing these systems into an agency, you can truly stand out. Last but not least, we have the third system, which is sales asset creation. The problem that we are trying to solve right now is the lack of sales and qualified leads. So the thing that would give us a competitive advantage is the ability to distribute the knowledge of a creator in real-time generated sales assets, plus implementing persuasive tactics to upsell and move upper on a value ladder. So, to bring these ideas down to earth, first we have the knowledge of a creator, which are basically all of the posts and all of the social media content that over the years they generated and uploaded, and we can use that as training data. Based on the training data, we can create demo products, we can get feedback from their audience, and we can start a reiteration cycle to improve on the training data, on the product, on the feedback. What's going to happen is that you're going to be able to scale that knowledge and create a very specific creator AI that has a knowledge library. It can coach and build roadmaps. It can generate PDFs and guides. And it can even act as a chatbot of that given influencer. And the crazy thing about this is that all of that knowledge is going to be stored, and it is possible to access it real time for everyone, right? Now, everything that I just talked about is real and is going to shape and shift the market drastically in the next couple of years, heck, even in the next couple of months. I'm going to try my best to bring these ideas down to earth and to showcase you actual automations, not just the bare bones logic behind all of this. But you have to understand that everything starts with the logic, everything starts with understanding and connecting the dots. So that's why I think it's important to first go over the nitty-gritty stuff. And then we can try and build the automations, then we can go and try implementing this into different agencies, into different services, and go out and sell these for a profit. Now remember, humanity has never seen so much progress under such a tiny amount of time frame as we are seeing right now in the landscape and narrative of AI tools. So it's up to you how you are going to use your time, your only asset, whether you are going to productize this or not, whether you are going to live up to your fullest potential and use your wake hours to build something remarkable, or to just dilly-dally when you wake up and consume some more Instagram and Netflix. I was Christoph. See you in the next video.